Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. We did it. You made it through a holiday week. You had 4th of July, and then you went back to work. I mean, that is astounding. You should be very proud of yourself that you made it through. And then for those of you who decided to take the rest of the week off, I hope you had a good week. Oh, goodness. All right, so good morning, Ivana. Hi. Hello, everybody. It's nice to see everybody. Hey, Sean. Hi, Cheryl. Did you guys like the show last night? Did anybody hear the callers? They had amazing callers, really touching stories last night. And, whenever you do a reading, it can be so touching and heartbreaking at the same time. So, good morning, Julie. Good morning, Kelly. And thank you, Julie. Thank you. Good morning, Kiko. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. And Bronny is here. She's up here early. Good morning, Catherine. So, today I wanted to talk about daring to not comparing. I don't know, in our lives, it just seems like we're always comparing. Either we're comparing ourselves to other people, we're comparing other people, and I thought, we just have to start being more confident in who we are, and not really put ourselves in a position where we're comparing ourselves to other people, because somebody else's where they are in life doesn't really mean that that's where you are. And yay, Bronny is back. There you go. Nice to see you, Bronny, back from the water. Bronny had a week on the water, which is very cool. But, in our lives, we can find ourselves comparing ourselves, or keeping up with the Joneses in a lot of ways. So, hey, Jessie, and hi, Darlene, and thank you, and but, we just have to stop doing that, because I think when we worry about what somebody else is doing, or are we doing it enough, or are we like somebody else, I think we're missing the point. We're missing the point of just being who we are and honoring our own path and honoring where we are on that journey. And we're giving focus and energy to something that we can't even control. So why are we doing it? And thank you, Paulette. Thank you. But, ask yourself if you've done that. If you feel that you've done that, be honest and show some hearts, Good, there you go. Emilio's getting his coffee. Thank you, Deborah. Thanks so much. And we got to own our own path. And your path is not somebody else's path. And somebody's path is not yours. And we can have synchronicity. So when you're with someone, there could be synchronicity. So what happens is you may come together for a period of time with someone and then you separate, right? That's because the path is the same for any number of reasons. Maybe you're there to help one another, teach one another, learn something from one another, aid one another to their next step. And then you may separate, right? That's why things come into your life and then leave, okay? And, this is really neat, Catherine. Look at that. Catherine says this is what she was going to call about last night. I love that. And so that's why when you say, why did someone come into my life, or why was that relationship or friendship or whatever it may be temporary? And it really could just be a moment in time of learning something, teaching something, coming together for a common purpose, soul purpose. But when we're done, we separate. And so just knowing your journey kind of goes this way, right? You have your journey and people come in and people leave, right? And that's kind of how it goes. So don't compare yourself. Oh, this person is off doing this and this person's off doing that and I'm off doing this. Like, it's not getting lost through it, okay? Not getting lost through it. So, Paulette, I'm not tapping into doing readings right now. So I can't get through on the phone line. I have one phone here. I'm not taking calls right now. So I'm doing coffee with Colby. See? Coffee with Colby. So I don't know if you were talking about last night, but you know, on the show I try to do callers and try to tap in and do readings there. But I don't want to do readings here because I really want this to be organic and universal messages that we can all take with us. A little everyday motivation and inspiration. I think it's so needed in our world, and that's really what I want to contribute at 10 a.m. every morning with you guys. So, you know, don't worry about the haters, right? You're going to have haters. You're going to have people, what is that saying? They're not your cup of tea. It is what it is. Try not to let it impact you too much. Try not to let it hurt your feelings too much. Because I know as sensitives, it can hurt our feelings. But we really just trust what you're getting. Trust your own path. Trust where you are on it. And honor that. Celebrate where you are on it. And you're going to hit some bumps. You know, people always say when you're on the right path, everything is super easy. I don't think so. I mean, I do think certain things do open up and they become easier, and it does. But there's lessons. I mean, spirit's tricky that way. So what happens is you'll be smooth sailing and then boom, you'll hit a big old bump and you're like, what the heck, right? And that's just spirit kind of saying time to change, time to shift. Either this is too safe, you're playing it too safe, you're too complacent, or you're going on the wrong path. Let's re-gear you. You know those things happen. And you know, and I do feel that in a world where, you know, even our bosses compare us to one another. You know, I remember when I was in the workforce, the boss would always say, well, so-and-so is doing this. Well, I'm not so-and-so. So-and-so doesn't talk to people that way. Well, not so-and-so. So you may find that in your life. Well, someone may just, exactly. It is a roller coaster, right, Jesse? It just hang on. Hang on, and you hope that puppy doesn't go upside down without a seatbelt. But it is knowing that, you know, how you work or how you live your life or whatever journey you have is your sacred journey. That's your sacred connection to the universe and to spirit and to your own path. And it's so connected to the soul contract that you made. And, you know, so if you ever doubt anything, you got to kind of go back to yourself and say, what were you thinking? Like, what am I redeeming? Sorry, grammar's off today. It's Friday. I swear there's nothing in the coffee either. But, you know, I want you to be proud of yourself for where you are. You know, proud of yourself and honor yourself for where you are right now. You know, I know that things probably aren't super easy all the time. And, yes, thank you. Thanks, Catherine. And I just feel like we spend so much time either worrying about what other people think or worrying about comparing ourselves to other people or people comparing other people. We just need to kind of be. You know, we just really need to be. Exactly, Darlene. Happy with yourself. It will shine through to others. Hi, Dory. Nice to see you. And how you work or how you operate is always going to be a little different than somebody else, right? And so kind of know that. Like, just own that part of yourself. Own that part of yourself. And you know, when you look in the mirror, if you know you're trying your best, if you know you're being honest, if you know you're working with integrity, with whatever it is you're doing, then don't worry about what anybody else is saying or how they're comparing you to somebody else. Don't worry about it, all right? Just focus on you. Be you. Be your beautiful self, right? Because you are beautiful, most of you. No. Sorry, I'm in a mood today. Good morning, Mark. Nice to see you. Hi, Julie. Nice to see you. So ask yourself, you know, when you find yourself comparing, right? Because it may be that little talk. It may be just that little talk inside your head sometimes. But if you find yourself comparing yourself to someone, just stop and just say, you know what? Let me focus back on my path. Let me focus back on what I'm doing. And take the energy off of placing it on someone else. Again, because that really, in that moment, is giving your power away. All right? It's not standing in your power. So it's daring to not compare. You know, I dare you to not compare. And I dare you to just say, I'm going to be my own unique person. And it doesn't have to be wild and crazy and out there. It just has to be you. You in your authenticity. And if something isn't working out, you know, maybe that soul contract is over. Maybe whatever you learned from one another is over. And it's embracing that, you know, trying not to feel like you've done something wrong, you know, all the time. I think things just come together and they separate. And that's the ebbs and flows of life, really. It is. And I know we all want to hold on to things. And it's easier to it is easier to hold on, right? It's easier to be in that safety mode, that comfort zone, that complacent mode. It's easier to compare yourself to someone else than just to stand solo. It really is. But I'm asking you to take some time and just stand in your own power. Stand your ground. Stand in who you are. Trust in who you are. You know, so many times people are climbing ladders. You know, we spend a lot of time, especially in this particular country, it seems like, I don't know, climbing ladders. Either using people to get to the next level, or using your job to get to the next level, or always trying to get to the next position. And I think being eager and being passionate and having incentive is wonderful, but, you know, don't place someone above you. Just be you. And don't compare like, oh, this person is better than me. No one's better than you. No one's better than you. All right? They may be different than you. They may have more experience than you. They may have a different way of looking at something from you, and that's okay. But really, nobody is better than someone else, so we don't need to compare ourselves. We really, thank you, Emilio, we just need to honor how we are and who we are. Right? I'm learning to stand alone and being still. That's great, Darlene. And I'll tell you what, when you stand alone, it can be lonely. It really can. And when you stand alone, it's not about being a martyr. So don't go out being a martyr, everybody. It's just about saying, I'm gonna go ahead and have the courage to do it my way. And I may fail, I may fall, it may not be what I thought it would be, but I'm going to have the courage to do it. And that's where we have to find that courage inside. But when you find, hi Barbara, hey Kiko, when you find that courage inside to say, I'm going to be this person and I'm going to be by myself, doesn't mean you have to be by yourself or lonely. It just means you're willing to stand alone to be who you are. Okay, and to not compare. Like, you know, it's easy. Sometimes you don't need to compare yourself and then tag along and then just be like that person, because then you'll never really be your true identity. You'll never really see your full potential. So, oh, you wish I were closer to Ohio. Oh, I was getting ready to say I'm going to Tulsa, Oklahoma, but apparently my geography isn't so good because Ohio is not Oklahoma. But close. You know, just drive to Oklahoma, Betsy, and I'll be right there. I'll be in Tulsa. But, you know, I want you to take today, all right? Take today, and throughout the entire day, I want you to just start noticing, how do you stand out? What makes you different? How are you looking at something, saying something, doing something that is different? And then I want you to own it. And then watch your language. If you find yourself comparing in any language whatsoever, I want you to stop it. Nip it in the bud. Just nip that in the bud. Just eat it, swallow it, let it go. All right? Because when you take that time to compare yourself, you really are A, giving away your power, and B, you're not actually living to your fullest potential. Okay? So we're just going to wrap that up. We're going to throw it away. We're not going to worry about what somebody else is doing, how they're doing it. Doesn't matter. It's not our contract. All right? Let's just kind of take it back, focus on ourselves, focus on our life contract, our soul contract, our own being, and take today and kind of be proud of yourself. Just be proud of yourself. Let's spend today being proud of ourselves. Shall we? Together, right? Dare to not compare. Got it? All right, so that's it. That is our Friday. We made it through Friday. We did it. And now we have a beautiful weekend ahead. If you're in LA, it's super hot here this weekend. So stay cool. Keep little animals inside, please. Animals inside. And if you missed any of these episodes, I am working on uploading them on YouTube. You can find them on YouTube. And you can click in your Facebook to know when these are going live. I do try to say a post, but Catherine, good for you. See? You're welcome, Becky. You're welcome. So there you go. And thank you, Julie. I want you guys to have a wonderful weekend. And if you're in LA, I got a little event coming up July 22nd. But, have a wonderful weekend. Celebrate yourself. Dare to not compare. And if you find someone, you just make sure that you're standing in your own power this weekend. All right? All right, my lovely friends? Okay, peeps. All right? All right, have a great day. All right, talk to you guys later. Thank you, Kelly. Thanks. All right, bye, guys.